Hello. Once again I come before you as a representative of the Illuminati. You may call me the Man. Well, this week's topic comes from a question that was asked some time ago, and that was, could you explain what's going on with the Chupacabra? Now, for most folks, a Chupacabra is a cryptid. It's an animal that is probably legendary. Science has not discovered an actual carcass of it. However, people have claimed to see it, and so it's one of those things that files under Bigfoot and Loch Ness Monster. But of course, if you know, if you've watched this channel over the years, yeah, Bigfoot doesn't exist, but the Loch Ness Monster does. So what about the Chupacabra? Well, short answer is yes and no. Yes, it does exist, or it did. No, it doesn't. Well, anyway, here's kind of what happened, all right? You got to roll back the clock a little bit to 1995. You see, Jurassic Park had just come out a couple of years before that, okay? And the entire world was enamored with the idea of cloning things from something else to make something else. And so there was a lot of experimentation going on. And there was a soon-to-be dictator, a fellow who was in charge of his National Defense Council. His dad was currently the president at that time, and he was going to be able to take over, and he knew he would. And yet he was so enamored with movies, he thought maybe all that was true. And he ruled one of the Koreas, let's just say that. And so anyway, he established little labs across the world. And the one in Puerto Rico, well, they turned out something that wasn't a dinosaur, but it was weird, okay? And yeah, it had spines, it was kind of reptilian, it was little horn that protruded, like, and then go into the, it got loose, basically. It poked some holes in some goats and some sheep, it drained their blood, it went away, and yeah, they captured it, of course, and disposed of it. So yes, the Chupacabra did exist. It was something, it was not supernatural, no, it was something cooked up in a lab. Jeff Goldblum would have been appalled, of course, you know, worried about whether or not you could do certain things. You didn't stop to think maybe you should, you know, one of those things. Anyway, yeah, so yeah, that was a Kim Jong-il thing, and they found it, they stopped it, and so on and so forth. Anything now that you find out in the wild that's out there killing sheep and such, well, that's just going to be a natural predator, probably with some sort of disease. I mean, mostly they're coyotes or wolves or with mange or something like that, and they look kind of weird, but they are not Chupacabras. No, no, no. The only Chupacabra that ever got out was there, and now there is that little attraction there in North Korea, and very few people have seen it, Chupacabra Land. And yeah, there's got about 10 animals there, and they keep a nice steady supply of sheep for them to suck the blood out of. It's you know, it's kind of harmless right now, unless you're a sheep, and nobody wants to be that. So yeah, maybe when North Korea opens its borders, they'll tell everybody about it, and hey, it could be almost like Disney World or Jurassic Park. You know, you go see a creature that hasn't ever existed on this planet until somebody made him in a lab, and then well, then the hurricane comes and the power goes out and they kill everybody. No, that's probably not something we want to emulate. Now, let's not say Jurassic Park. Let's just say it's a small world after. No, that's almost as bad. Anyway, so that's what's going on with the Chupacabra. Yeah, it did exist. It doesn't really exist in the wild. It's complicated, but hopefully that answers your question. And if you have any questions, just leave them down in the comments section below. You know, the world's a strange place. It's full of people who have large ideas about how they want to shape this world, and some of those ideas, well, they mesh with ours. Some of them don't. And the ones that do, we welcome them. The ones that don't, we try to put a stop to them, because that's who we are. We're the Illuminati. We're trying to bring everybody into an age of enlightenment. That's what we're all about. And to that end, I suggest, you know, it's just me, but I suggest that, you know, when you walk outside your house and you look up there in the sky and you see those chemtrails blazing up there, well, if I were you, I wouldn't worry about that. I would just relax and breathe deeply.